the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for Thursday, March 23rd. So today we do have the moon moving out of this Aries energy, moving into Taurus energy. We will see the moon go void, of course, at 1:14 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will lock into that Taurus energy at 2:43 p.m. So anytime we're moving out of this fiery, excitable, initiating, take action kind of energy of Aries and move into the earthy, low and slow sign of Taurus, we definitely feel that shift. It can sometimes feel like we just automatically hit a brick wall, like the wind gets knocked out of us, like we just stop in our tracks. And most of that is because the fire energy dissipates and we have to ground ourselves once again. Of course, the moon being in Aries energy, we had of course, that beautiful new moon in Aries, about 24 hours after the sun moved into Aries, kicking off the new solar calendar, the new astrological year. And of course, the equinox provided us with a new karmic playing field, if you will, as the night equaled the day. And as we continue to grow in the light, we are going to start seeing some very, very beautiful illuminations, some clarity, if you will. The moon in Aries was kind of all hyped up, all fueled up, all dressed up with no place to go. And we had a lot of restlessness, a lot of anticipation, a lot of anxiety, because we didn't know how to channel that energy. The moon in Taurus grounds us out. And of course, Venus is in Taurus energy in her place of power. So emotionally speaking, to have the moon and Venus both in the same sign, not to mention the North Node, we are definitely going to slow things down. We're definitely going to try to be a little bit more present in our physical bodies, in the present moment, in order to gauge how it is that we're actually feeling using our five senses. We have to kind of slow things down. We have to focus on the little things, get back to the basics on what is supporting us, what makes us feel good, what it is that we want to create, what it is we want to give birth to. And of course, we have to be very grounded in order to actually be logical and practical with some of the ideas, some of the plans that we are kind of marinating in our inner realm. So today is a pretty significant day. We have Pluto moving into Aquarius energy. This is something to witness, guys. 248 years, well, technically 248 to 250, since Pluto has been in Aquarius energy. It takes us back to 1777. If you know your history, you know what happened at that time. Take a good look at the fact that the U.S. is having their Pluto return. Put those pieces together. We're looking for a death. We're looking for a destruction. We are looking for a clean state, for a rebirth, a resurrection, a reformatting. In Aquarius energy, what are we talking about? We're talking about society. We're talking about the collective. We're talking about rules, personal power. We're talking about technology. We're talking about AI. We're talking about anything to do that is of a corrupt system right now that we have to illuminate to the mass public, to the collective, in order for us to do what is right and transform that darkness into light. Go ahead, take a listen to the astro forecast that I put out about this. Keep in mind that Pluto is only in Aquarius energy, giving us a little bit of taste on what this is going to be for the next 20 years, because of course we're only in Aquarius energy for a couple of months before Pluto is going to retrograde, slip back into that Capricorn energy, giving us an opportunity to tie up some loose ends, to really clean up the mess that we should have cleaned up before we kind of moved out of it. But we were so eager to actually get away from the funk, from the heaviness, from the weight of the roles and responsibilities that we've been sitting in since 2008, that we eagerly just, run into this Aquarian energy. When Pluto retrogrades and we have to kind of sneak back in that Capricorn energy, that is going to be cleanup time. And of course, Pluto will go direct. We will have to retrace our steps at those latter degrees of Capricorn energy that technically Pluto's been sitting in since the beginning of 2023. We will have to retrace our steps, redo a couple things, revise our plans, rebuild a couple of things, and then we will sneak back into that Aquarian energy, set up shop November 2024. So there's going to be a little bit of a back and forth before we actually set up shop permanently in that Aquarian energy, but we are definitely going to get a taste, a preview, if you will, on what we're actually going to see change and transform over the next 20 years. So that's pretty exciting as well. We're witnessing history, people. Okay, that's why everything is whack and funky, because we've never been this far in the human experiment. I would really encourage you to download the new Aries season e-guide to help you navigate some of these monumental shifts and really kind of help you stay in alignment with all of the energies at play. So there are 8 different aspects here today. 6 of them involve the moon. While the moon is still very much in this Aries energy, we are going to pop off with Neptune, who is in its place of power in Pisces energy. Now, this is, I'm going to say, an opportunity for us to really listen to our higher selves, to align with our intuition, to remind ourselves of the vision, of the dream, of the goal that we're trying to hype ourselves up in order to actually pursue. And emotionally speaking, we're there. We're just lacking the clarity. Neptune is a little bit foggy, a little bit vague, a little bit wish-washy. We're getting little bits and pieces, but they don't stick around for very long. Can be very defeating, very kind of disappointing for those of you that thought that we were just going to jump into Aries season and we were going to snap our fingers and everything was going to be right in the world. It's not how the energy unfolds. It's not how, astrology works. We are, triggering and activating the energies in order for them to organically and naturally unfold. Over the course of the next couple of weeks, we're definitely going to be gaining a lot of clarity, but as of right now, nope, not there. Mars, who is in the later degrees of Gemini energy, preparing to jump into Cancer energy on the 25th, thank goodness. We will be seeing Mars make a positive aspect with Jupiter, the planet of growth, expansion, beliefs, abundance, blessings, who is in this Aries energy, just rearing to go. What this is going to do for us is going to open us up, kind of stimulate us, kind of hype us up again. We're getting inspired. We're trying to focus our motivation. We're trying to identify where it is that we have to boss up to new levels of determination. We have a want, need, and desire to create, to bring things to life, to act in a different way, to grow, to expand, to improve ourselves. We just don't know what that looks like. We're excited about it. We're hype about it. We are optimistic and confident that we're going to figure it out. However, we're still lacking a lot of clarity. And because of that, there's a lot of restlessness, a lot of anticipation, a lot of anxiety, because we have all of this, beautiful fire energy finally being activated in our inner realm, and we have no channel, no outlet to actually use it in a productive way. At 12:44 p.m., we will have Pluto move into Aquarius energy. Again, please listen to the astro forecast. Go back, listen to the 2023 energy forecast. This is a major deal, likely going to see a huge disruption on the collective stage, especially where banking and politics are concerned. I would say watch the weather for activations in lightning storms, maybe even some volcanoes deciding to wake up out of their dormancy, and we are definitely going to experience a little bit of a shit show while we kind of settle up in this Aquarian energy. Again, just getting a preview on what it is that needs to be kind of reformed, if you will. A true transformation of the societal structures. And of course, we can tackle Pluto and Aquarius from multiple angles. There's going to be a lot of hot topic themes, but pay attention to over the next 3 months on what it is that is coming to the surface, not only on the global collective stage, but in your own individual lives as well. And that is probably going to set the tone on what it is that we're going to dismantle, destroy, clear the slate of, in order for something new to be born in its place over the next 20 years. 114, the moon in Aries is going to make its last aspect before going void, of course, and it is a sextile with Mars, the ruler over Aries energy, the ruler of Aries season. What we get here is a lot of hype, a lot of excitement, a lot of inspiration, a lot of motivation. Why? Well, because Mars is charged up, and in this Gemini energy, we are leaning more and more into one path, one decision, one direction over the other. It's been a damn struggle since August of 2022 to really align with a path, a desire, a passion, if you will. We had a hard time being inspired and motivated, having a hard time figuring out where our energy, our passion, our determination is needed the most. We're finally gaining a little bit of clarity on that. And the moon being in Aries energy, all fired up, bold, brave, and courageous, ready to take action, initiate something new, we're definitely getting our heart and our head in the same place in order for us to engage that physical body so we can actually make moves out in the external realm. So at 2:43, as I mentioned, we will be shifting into this Taurus energy, grounding. Things are going to slow down. We're going to focus on our physical realm. The very first aspect at 2:43 that the moon in Taurus is going to make is getting into the boxing ring, squaring it out, squaring off with Pluto, who just moved into Aquarius energy. Lord, 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 we have the moon at a 0 degree in Taurus. We have Pluto at a 0 degree in Aquarius, and we are battling it out. Now, why are we battling it out, you may ask? Well, the Aquarian energy has, I'm going to say, the ability to push us to think about the future. We're very, very connected to where it is that we want to grow, what it is we want to improve. We're trying to visualize the dream, the vision, the goal. We are emotionally detached in the Aquarian energy in order for us to act as the observer, and Pluto needs to act as the observer right now to get a good lay of the land, to figure out what it is that he has to basically put a death to, an ending to, a closure to, in order for us to start fresh, to clean the slate and build something better in its place. The moon in Taurus has no wanting or desire to look back or to look ahead. What we want to do right now with the moon in Taurus is we want to be present in our physical bodies. We want to be present in the moment that we're in. We want to connect to the physical environment that we've created. And we want to listen to the 5 senses in the physical body to gauge how it is that we are thinking and feeling about certain topics and themes. So emotionally speaking, this is pretty intense because a pop-off with, the god of the underworld, Mr. Pluto himself, is never fun. And we're in a clean stage, a clean slate, if you will. We have no direction whatsoever. And the conflict here is because the Aquarian energy is projecting us so far into the future that the moon in Taurus is having a hard time staying present, staying grounded. And emotionally speaking, we're feeling very, I'm going to say, unsafe, unstable, insecure. And a lot of that is because we're in brand new foreign territory. And we have a little bit of an adjustment period to kind of, grow through before we're going to even understand how these energies are going to affect us. The moon, shortly thereafter, goes ahead and sextiles, which is a beautiful energy, with Saturn, the Lord of Karma, ruling over roles, responsibilities, systems, structures, foundations. Now, Saturn is in Pisces energy, and we often talk about how beautiful Taurus and Pisces energies are because they're very interactive. We get creativity, we get inspiration, we get intuition, we get insight, we get dreams, we get all kinds of beautiful visuals, beautiful aha moments of inspiration coming from the Pisces energy, and especially where Saturn is in Pisces, this is about what it is that we need to build, what it is that we need to create, what it is that we're inspired to actually roll our sleeves up about and get our hands dirty to start putting the pieces of the very basic foundation together so that we can start bringing some of these beautiful ideas, epiphanies to life. The Taurus energy is an earth energy. It's grounding. We're able to manifest out of earth energy, bring it to life, bring it into fruition. Emotionally speaking, we're feeling pretty good about the thoughts, about the ideas, about the dreams, about the visions that is currently swirling around within us. We are recognizing where it is that we are in a foreign land, a foreign territory, where it is that we are being presented with an opportunity to start fresh, to clean the slate, to build something new in the place of the things that have been destroyed and damaged. And emotionally speaking, we are essentially feeling up to the task. The moon in Taurus will go ahead, bump into the sun in Aries energy. We get some earth and fire here. Now this could go good, this could go bad, but basically what I'm going to say to you is that when the moon and the sun come together, the moon is very connected to the past, reviewing the past, gauging from the present moment how we feel about the past, while the sun shines a bright light on the future, on what it is that we need to do in order to get to where it is that we desire to be. Now, earth and fire could be a beautiful thing if we can keep them balanced. And, if there's too much fire, we're going to burn through all that earth. And if there's too much earth, we're going to snuff that fire out. We do have the ability to balance these energies as far as staying present and grounded in our emotional field, again, the moon in Taurus, while experimenting in our mind space, in our heart space, with some of the past choices, decisions, directions that we want to take. Again, Sun in Aries energy showing us on what it is that we want to create, what it is we want to bring to life. The overlap leaves us in this present moment, which we're very happy to stand in, with the moon being in Taurus energy, very, very much grounding us in the here and now so that we can gauge where it is that we're coming from, where it is that we desire to go, and of course, really listen to our physical bodies on how it is that we're thinking and feeling about certain aspects, certain ideas, if you will. And what we're gifted with is an ability to see what it is that we still have to work on as far as closing the door on routines, relationships, and money matters, and what it is that we have to be a little bit more aggressive in the pursuit of our happiness, our passions, our desires. The moon will come up to, conjunct, sit next to, team up with the North Node in Taurus energy. This is going to be a pivotal point of seeing, yes, looking back from this present moment. We're grounded in this present moment, okay? But we have the ability to look back and figure out how it is that we got here. When looking back, we see a lot of healing. We see a lot of growth. We see a lot of transformation. When looking forward, we see what we still have to tackle, what we still have to change, what we still have to transform. However, when realizing this, we're actually formulating a little bit of a strategy, a little bit of a plan, and therefore another puzzle piece gets offered to us on what that baby step might be for us moving into the future, moving into a place where we are aligning with the new path that leads us to our soul's potential, a new meaning, a new purpose. And so emotionally speaking, yes, we're very solid in the present moment, in the here and now. We're taking stock, taking inventory of kind of hyping ourselves up and celebrating what it is that we had to do to get to this particular point. Because trust me, Pisces season was no joke. We're lucky we survived. Every single time that we survived Pisces season, there is a lot to celebrate. There's a major amount of growth that needs to be realized. And that positions us in a different orientation on how it is that we're going to move forward. And this particular aspect is really showing us what it is that we need to do now, here in the present moment, to prepare for the launch, for the plan, for the strategy, for the direction that we are about to take moving forward.